Karnataka High Court order on banning the headscarf or the burqa in educational institutions where there was a uniform. This at about 10:30 a.m. is when we are expecting that verdict to start. A bench of Justice Hemant, Gupta and Sudhanshu Dhulia had reserved the judgment on September 22 after they heard the matter for 10 days. So now, two separate verdicts authored by two justices in the matter. The state governments for its part claimed till 2021, no student in that educational pre-university institution was wearing the headscarf. But a movement was suddenly fueled by the now banned PFI and the CFI to create unrest. Petitioners say preventing girls from the Muslim community from wearing the headscarf to the classroom will put their education in jeopardy because they might stop attending classes. Lawyers appearing for the state had argued that the Karnataka government order kicked up a controversy that was about headscarf but was also religion neutral. Now remember, there are different forms of headscarves, cloaks that are worn by girls or women from the Muslim community. Hijab is one of them. It is the headscarf, but there is a burqa, and now we know what's happening in Iran. There's also a chadar. There's a different forms of these headscarf, including the niqab. All of this with regard to cover a woman's modesty, sexuality in the name of faith. What about the woman's right with regard to veil or unveil? Take a look.
The terms may be used interchangeably, but in fact the hijab, niqab and burqa are different pieces of Islamic covering. They're all designed to protect a woman's modesty. In recent years, they have sparked debate around the world, with some militating against this show of religious identity and others seeing it as a patriarchal imposition on women's bodies, cloaking them in victimhood and depriving them of choice. The Muslim woman herself is divided, with one half of the sorority discarding it and the other half embracing it as an observation of their faith. But first, what is the hijab and its cousins? The hijab is the simplest covering. This is essentially a length of cloth used to cover the head and neck, much like the ghungat among Hindu women who often use the end of the sari to cover the head. A niqab is a starker covering. It veils the face and covers the head and neck, but leaves the eyes exposed. The burqa is the most intense covering. It includes a full body cloak, a veil for the face and a covering for the head, as well as screen covering the eyes. A chadar is a large piece of cloth that is used as a combination shawl covering head and face. These are only some variations. Others include the shaila, a long scarf that is used to cover the head and face, and the abaya, which is a long robe-like dress that's usually worn over the clothing. While it is common to see such clothing in black, the color is not fixed. For instance, in Afghanistan, burqas are often made in a shade of blue. The exact cut and style also vary, keeping in mind local customs and climate.